Bada bing, bada boom. I got another video. Today I want to talk about the three parts of alignment. The three parts of alignment are pretty simple. It's not some opinion or anything like that. I want to talk about scientific fact. There's three parts to alignment. Basically, everybody is inside the rectangles. Rectangle 1 is natural order. Natural order is infallible. It's the laws that nobody comes up with. It's the way the universe works, the way existence works. And if there's multiple existences, there's multiple natural laws in each existence. If you bring a natural order to another natural order, it's not natural order anymore. If you try and force a natural order onto another natural order, you actually become this order. All right. So, natural order is the number one order. This is what everybody strives to be. Then, first order comes to mind. First order is the natural taboos of a desolate land, and civilization is the idea of this. Big, futuristic civilizations, even our own, have first order. And then insurrection. Insurrection is the inherent desire to destroy first order and natural order. Insurrection is always insurrection. It is never anything else. All right. First order can become insurrection, and first order can also become natural order. The better first order becomes, and more advanced the first order becomes, they can be completely perfectly one with natural order and first order. First order can actually even become just insurrection. With bad mistakes over and over and over, the first order of the region can actually be overthrown, right? Because they practice insurrection and get insurrection caused to them, and eventually there was no more first order. So within this logics here, this is the basics logics of order in the universe, and this comes from like Star Wars and from my personal opinion, and like all over the universe I see this. Natural order is like United Nations. Like I would say our universe is like right here. It's like in this vicinity. This is where we are on Earth. That's where United Nations would be. We're trying to be natural order. We're trying to save the planet. We're trying to create, stasis and equilibrium and rights, and we're trying to operate around natural order. Now, natural order isn't all there is. All of these things coexist simultaneously. You choose between them every moment. And when you choose natural order, pretty much everybody's okay with it, except insurrectionists. Insurrectionists are like, people that break the law, crime, and villains and sinners and terrorists and demons are all insurrection. First order is like citizens and police and military and alliances like UN. And then natural order is like trees and matter and earth, like just the natural being that it is in, and like the sun, things that just naturally exist. Now, I'm not saying earth and the sun aren't inventions. Earth and the sun being inventions, that actually becomes first order. All right. And that first order is a version of natural order, actually, as well, too. It could be all natural order. That's if you're a goddess. But that will help you understand what the natural order versus first order is. Natural order is perfect sinlessness. This means everything is utopian and consentful. Perfect lack of sin, utopia. First order would be working to utopia. They're trying to achieve utopia. All right. Unless they want to crash their civilization, or if they're in the wrong fundamentalism minds, they can go to insurrection and become insurrected as well. Because there's a law where the more insurrection you are, the more insurrection you face, because you will farm more enemies. Now, power can only go so deep. You have to actually follow first order in order to gain more power. You have to stay here to gain more power. This is a law of the military, even of all governments operate. First order is growth. Insurrection is expenditure of growth. And if you do targeted insurrection to enforce natural law, you might also see growth. All right? But you'll also see expenditures. That's why we're in debt for our wars. Okay. Now, government is first order, right? Meaning every single bit of their order, every single cell that they have is part of their order, including us, because we're in the growth phase. Us, the citizens of Earth, or citizens of America, we are in the first order phase. We are looking at utopia, trying to make it. We're learning from utopia and channeling utopia. All right. And we're growing into first order, understanding and implementations. And we're very good at it. Insurrection does still exist, but it exists less and less and less each day. Eventually, you could completely block out the possibility of insurrection and create a first order, natural order utopia. Utopia is a perfect place where everybody is always having their consents fulfilled. When they are constantly getting what they want and their vibe is going up and they're having a good time, until they come back down to where they draw the line and say, I want to switch it up and do something new. Utopia steps in and helps this individual get back up to the desired amount until they crash again, potentially, or continue moving on, because they find the reason that they started crashing. The reason's right here. So the next time it occurs, they bring this up here, and utopia forever keeps lifting them up. So there's a little bit on where we are in our civilization today. Is I believe that the governments already know these ideas and logics, and they're already using this kind of logics in order to identify terrorism, and they're using this as well as like spatial dimensional encryption and decryption in order to understand who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. And so much so that when I meet a good person, I know they're a good person right away. I don't even need to converse with them. I just feel their natural emissions. Based off their natural emissions, I know whether or not they're good or not, whether or not they're like natural order or first order or insurrection. And that's seriously the only things that I look for in people is like, what kind of person are you? And, you know, if somebody says there's no law and there's, you know, you can do anything you want, or you can do anything you want to anyone you want, you know, they're obviously insurrection. They're insurrection of natural law. Natural law is not you can do anything you want. You can only do half of the things you want. That's the idea. Half the things are Gucci, and these half that you want to do, that you can do, that we want you to do, go straight to first order and utopia. This other half, the government says, no, that's insurrection to us. Don't do that other half. Don't do it. We don't want you to do it. So it has to do with law and order of the region too. First order defines the middle point, right? And when you cross the middle point, they throw you over on this side and then push you into insurrection because they want all of these insurrection people to be seen with each other, as each other. You know, we want you to know who the terrorists are, and we want you to vote against them and help us, aid us, pay your taxes, pay us, you know, give us incentive to push them this way, away from us, so we can create this utopia in first order and get rid of the insurrection. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you like my scribbles. Peace.